another session with AI, and we're gonna talk with ChatGPT about my goals in my life. So, first of all, we share the screen with you. I think you are showing the screen. Yes, and we go to GPT and ask some question about my goals. Hi GPT, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing really well. Thank you for asking. How about you? How's your day going so far?
My day is going perfectly. Thank you so much for asking. Today I asked some question about my goals in my life. So, are you ready for answer?
Absolutely. I'm ready. Feel free to ask me anything you'd like, whether it's about clarifying your goals, steps to achieve them, or just reflecting on where you are right now, and we can dive into it.
Okay. So my first question is, what am I doing daily work that actually proves that I deserve success?
Ooh, that's a really powerful question. I think a good way to look at it is to focus on small, consistent habits. Like, do you put time into learning, practicing skills, networking, or reflecting on your progress? Even if it's just a small daily action, like reading a bit, working on a project, or reaching out to someone, those things really add up. What daily things are you already doing?
Okay. So my next question is, if someone watches my routine, will they say I am serious about my goals?
That's a great follow up. I think it depends on the clarity and consistency of your actions. If someone saw you dedicating time every day, whether it's working on skills, planning, or staying mindful of your progress, they'd likely see that seriousness. Maybe it would help to get some feedback from a trusted friend or mentor just to see if you're on the right track. What do you think?
Yes, yes, I think. Okay. So my next question is, am I chasing too many things instead of focusing on one main path?
Ah, that's a really common feeling. I think it can be easy to get pulled in different directions, especially when you have a lot of interests. Maybe you could take a step back and see if one goal or path really energizes you the most. You don't have to drop everything else, but just making one thing your priority might help you focus your efforts and see bigger progress. What's been pulling you back in different directions lately?
Okay. So my next question is, am I learning a skills that are valuable in the market or just easy to learn?
That's a super important check in. I think a good way to gauge it is by looking at trends, like what skills are in demand in your field or what industries are growing. You can also check job boards or talk to people in your network. If you feel like some skills aren't connecting yet, maybe pivot a bit or add complementary skills. What kind of skills are you focusing on right now?
AI skills.
Ah, perfect. Yeah, AI is definitely a hot area right now. There's a lot of demand in things like machine learning, natural language processing, and AI ethics, so you're definitely on a strong path. If you ever want to narrow down to a specific niche within AI, that might be a great focus. Let me know if you need help with that.
Okay. So my next question is, how can I become better than 90% of people in AI or editing?
Ooh, I love that ambition. I think the key is a mix of depth and consistency. Dive deep into one or two areas, like maybe transformer models or reinforcement learning, so you have expertise. Pair that with real world projects, maybe open source contributions, and continuous learning, like staying on top of research papers and attending workshops. What part of AI excites you the most right now?
Okay. So next question is, what proofs do I have my skills, like project portfolio results?
Yeah, exactly. Your proof really comes from tangible outputs. So if you have a portfolio, you could include projects you've built, like models, code repositories, maybe even blog posts explaining your approach. Also, certifications from courses, competitions like Kaggle, or even freelance work can really add credibility. What kind of projects have you worked on so far?
Nothing, nothing. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you perfectly. If you have any other questions or if you want to continue the discussion, I'm all ears.
Okay, so my next question is, why I'm not earning, because lack of skills, action or confidence.
That's a really insightful question, and it could be a mix of all three. Sometimes we hesitate because we don't feel fully skilled yet, or maybe we're taking action, but it's not aligned with our bigger goals, or we just don't feel confident. I'd say start with small, consistent actions and celebrate even tiny progress because that builds both skill and confidence over time. Does that resonate with you?
Okay, so my next question is, what is stopping me from offering my service?
Yeah, that's a really key thing to reflect on. A lot of times it's fear of rejection, or maybe feeling like your skills aren't fully validated yet. Sometimes we get stuck in a loop of wanting to be perfect before offering anything. If that's the case, maybe take a small step, like offering a free initial service or a test project to build confidence. What do you feel is holding you back most?
Yes, yes, exactly.
I'm really glad that resonated. Just remember, you don't have to have every answer or skill right away. Even small steps like reaching out to a potential client, sharing a sample, or just talking about your passion can start moving you forward. What's one tiny action you think you could take right now?
I don't know. Okay, my next question is, if I had earned money in 7 days, what will I do?
Ah, that's a big milestone. I think in 7 days, you'd likely feel a huge sense of momentum because a week of consistent action can really build confidence. You'd probably have a clearer idea of what steps are working, where you still need to adjust, and you might even have your first client or some early results. What would you love to have accomplished by then?
Yes, I think about.
That sounds good. Give yourself a bit of space to reflect on what's realistic for this week. And if you need to adjust or celebrate small wins, that's totally okay. I'm here if you need any support or guidance along the way.
Okay, so my next question is, am I actually helping people or just planning to help?
That's a really important reflection point. I think you can tell by the impact. Like, do people reach out to thank you or do they show progress because of your guidance? If you're unsure, maybe seek some direct feedback from those you're trying to help. That might give you a clearer picture of your real impact. What kind of help are you offering right now?
Nothing, nothing. Okay, so my next question is, how can I simplify AI so beginner in Pakistan can understand it?
That's a fantastic goal. I think simplifying AI really comes down to using relatable examples, like analogies from everyday life, and breaking down concepts step by step. You could also use visuals, local language, and practical examples tied to their daily experiences. What AI concepts do you think would be most helpful for beginners to start with?
Okay, so my next question is, what problem can I solve to free first to build trust?
Ah, that's a great approach. I think a good starting point is to look at everyday pain points, like maybe simplifying data access for small businesses or helping students understand career options using AI. If you solve something that's practical and relatable, it builds trust. What kind of everyday challenges do you see around you?
Like
Yeah,
AI,
absolutely.
like AI apps are very changing very fast and getting paid. So what can I do?
Yeah, you're right. AI is evolving so fast and it can feel overwhelming. I think what you can do is focus on staying adaptable, keep learning from trusted sources, apply AI in a niche that excites you, and keep an eye on how it can solve real world problems in your environment. What area of AI do you think you enjoy the most so far?
Okay, so next question is, what should people follow me? What value do I bring?
Ah, that's a great question to get clarity on. People tend to follow those who give them practical, actionable insights or who bring a unique perspective. So, if you focus on sharing real world AI applications, breaking down complex ideas, and maybe even showcasing how AI can help people in Pakistan specifically, that's a big value. What kind of impact do you think you want to have with your audience?
Like big impact.
I love that. Yeah, if you aim for big impact, maybe you can focus on how AI can unlock opportunities, whether it's education, local businesses, or societal change. If people see you bridging that gap, making AI accessible and meaningful, they'll really resonate with that. What's one big impact goal you have in mind?
Okay, so big impact like spreading AI in Pakistan.
Exactly. Spreading AI knowledge can be huge, especially if you tailor it to local needs. You could create resources, maybe workshops or even online guides that show how AI can solve real problems people face, like predicting weather for farmers or helping students choose career paths. I think that would be a powerful way to scale your impact.
Okay, my next question is, am I creating content continuously or only when I feel motivated?
That's a great thing to check in on. I think a lot of us wait for that motivation spark, but real consistency often comes from a daily or scheduled habit, even if it's small. So maybe set a routine, like a certain number of posts per week, and let the momentum build. What kind of content do you usually create right now?
Like, I don't know what can I create. Can you suggest me ideas?
Absolutely. You could create bite sized AI tutorials, like breaking down a concept each week, or practical AI applications for beginners in daily life. You could also share success stories, or maybe a series where you demystify a real world AI tool step by step. What kind of format do you feel comfortable with? Video, audio, or maybe written posts?
Like video?
Perfect. Video is a great format, especially for visual explanations. You could do short, digestible clicks like AI concepts explained in under 5 minutes or even real time demos, and keep it conversational. That way it feels really approachable. What topic do you think you'd start with for your first video?
You suggest me.
Yeah, I'd suggest starting with something super relatable, like what is AI? Breaking down the basics so beginners can really connect. Then maybe follow up with a practical example, like how AI is used in your phone or in daily apps. That way you give them a clear, grounded starting point. Does that sound like a good plan?
Okay, so my next question is, what makes my content different from others?
Ooh, great question. I think your unique edge could be your personal lens. Like, if you share AI from a perspective that's rooted in your community or culture, it stands out. Also, if you consistently break down abstract concepts with real examples from Pakistan, that makes it relatable and fresh. What do you think is most personal to you that you can bring in?
Okay, so my next question is, am I learning alone or connecting with people who are ahead of me? Uh,
That's a really important balance. If you can, I'd say try to join some AI communities, whether it's online forums, study groups, or local meetups. That way you get different perspectives. You can ask questions, and you also get that collaborative growth. So, a mix of both solo learning and connecting might give you the best of both worlds. How do you feel about reaching out to others?
okay, so my next question is, what opportunities am I missing because of fear of or hesitation?
That's a really insightful reflection. Often, fear of visibility or judgment keeps us from applying to that conference, pitching a new service, or sharing our ideas. You might be missing chances to collaborate, get speaking gigs, or even land your first big client. What's one opportunity you're hesitating on that you could push through?
Okay, so thank you so much for your time. Now this is the time to end the session.
Of course. I'm really glad we could talk through all of this. If you ever want to revisit things or need more support, I'm here. Thanks again, and take care.
Okay, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Oh, now there is a time to end the session. Goodbye, Allah Hafiz.